Hey everyone, I'm back with another little video here. I don't know if there's many. I know there's some reviews of this online YouTube, but I decided to make it just to share my opinions. So the past several months, I have like all the DVDs of Teen Titans, the original 2003 series, and I watched all 5 seasons. And I just recently finished the final season and final episode, and I might give my opinions on the other episodes or seasons later on at another time. But I just wanted to share my thoughts of an episode that is very divisive. It's arguably the most divisive one of the series, I think, and the one that people have the most mixed response on. I'm talking about the series finale, Things Change. Now, this aired. Hard to believe this aired exactly almost 15 years ago. 15 years ago this month. When did it air? Hold on, I'm just gonna look real quick. January 16th, 2006. So yeah, over just around exactly 15 years this month. A week ago. Yeah, 16th was. When was the 16th? Last week. Yeah. It's hard to believe, where does the time go? I remember I was in 5th grade when this aired. It's like, where does the time go, man? But I will say that I don't know if I saw it as soon as it aired or I saw it after it aired, but I didn't know actually when I saw this back in 2006 that I didn't actually know this was the last episode. I saw it and I didn't know what to make of it. It wasn't until I found out later when I saw the DVDs that it was the last episode. And I thought, what? That was the last episode? But, I mean, I mean, then I watched it a little while after that, and I didn't like it at first. I really thought it was too much of a cliffhanger that would never get resolved. I'm like, what was the point of that? What was the point of this episode if they weren't going to do anything after anyway? Like, why start something if you're just going to end it, not follow along with it? But I don't know if that was planned or not. I found out maybe there was going to be a 6th season, but it didn't happen. Maybe this was supposed to kickstart, but I've been hearing different things. I don't know. I mean, I hear somewhere that I've heard some places that this was episode was supposed to kick off the next season, but it never materialized. And other ones say no, it was meant to be the finale. It was just a very different way of ending the show. And I will say 15 years later rewatching it, I do have a I do have a better appreciation for the episode. I will say. And and I mean, even at the beginning, when they arrive home after fighting or defeat and the Brotherhood, you probably know they've all. It's 15 years later. I'm sure everybody knows. The big group they defeat, Brotherhood of Evil. They come home and they see a lot of their stores have closed, which this year that kind of hits differently now because a lot of businesses probably this was 2006, and then if we had the recession, now COVID, which put a lot of places out of business, some for good. So watching it now, I'm like, that hits a lot differently now in a way. I don't know if it's just me, but that's how I felt. And and even eventually the one store they go to, the video store. Did that have a name? I don't know if that had a name to it. The Video Dome, that's what it was. and they see that it closed. Now, that also kind of hits differently because 2006 Blockbuster was, if I recall at that time, a lot were still open, and of everyone that all the locations I was familiar with were all still open, and I think the chain was still doing fairly well. And then, in 2013, pretty much the entire chain closed due to Netflix and all the streaming stuff put them out, except for one, I think, in Alaska. So that kind of has a different feel to it now, watching that, seeing that the video store closed. And even the other one, Hollywood Video, that's now since closed too. Will that close before or after? Hollywood Video closed in. Oh yeah, they closed several years ago. Also, Hollywood Video closed in 2010. So it's kind of weird watching that. That for some reason that really, I always liked going Blockbuster, all your video stores. They had something to them. Just kind of weird watching that now. Video store closed, knowing that video stores are a thing of the past now. All these years later, that scene hits much differently now. But and then I know, but then it goes in, and then they fight this villain that can like blend into stuff, which I think is cool. I mean, the villain in this episode was kind of cool, Reminded me of in the Hulk 2003 movie, The Absorbing Man. I know people are mixed on that depiction of him, but I thought that was a cool power. He could absorb and blend into stuff, absorb things. This video villain kind of reminded me of him, but and then the main crux of the episode is I assumedly Tara returns, and people, I don't know if it was intended, if it was supposed to be her or not, because a little tidbit, if you watch the end credits, she's listed at Ashley Johnson returns a voicer, obviously. It lists her name as Schoolgirl, not Tara. Now I don't know if that was planned. Now I don't know if that was to not give away that it was Tara, or if they're implying it wasn't really her. Now, I'll admit I'm not sure what they were intending, but and I know people are mixed on if Tara if it was really Herb, and in my opinion, I do believe it was her. Um, some of her, the behavior, and especially at the end when she says, the person you're thinking of is just a memory. I'm like, how would she have known that? And other stuff too that she hints. Just some of the subtle bits. I think she knew who she was, but I think her, my opinion, I think she was pretending not to know any of them because I think she. Hold on, excuse me. Okay, sorry guys, had to sneeze there. In my opinion, I do think I think the main point was, and you see her going to school now, all like in the school uniform. She's like at a real prestige school. It looks like now, and the fact that she doesn't know her powers, she doesn't have any powers. She doesn't mention having any. Now, I don't think she has her powers anymore. Man, I'm getting a lot of phone calls today. But it's not legit, probably. Just gonna hear if I hear any message. Of course not. But in my opinion, also, I think her goal, Tara here, I think she just wanted to start a new life for herself, wanted to get away from the superhero scene, and just wants to live a normal life. And that's my theory of what the scenario was. And And the other thing, and even when Slade, when Beast Boy encounters Slade, I like though how he travels back to the areas they Terror and him were, like to the desert where they first met, and then to the carnival, then to that bar. I like the little callbacks to the Betrayed episode and the other one, even her debut episode. But I also do think that then he encounters, and then he in the funhouse mirror section. I do like the tidbit when you remember earlier when he fought Slade in there, how he tried to get him by he smashes the mirrors and they just crack. But this time, when he goes to try to get Slade, the mirrors fully shatter. I thought that was a cool little thing there. Then he fights Slade, or he thinks it's him, because then it finds out he's just one of his robots, like Robin did earlier in episode Masks, I believe, that it was just one of his robots. And even Slade says, Beast Boy says, like, what'd you do to her? And then the bot says, I didn't do anything. She chooses not to remember. She doesn't want to see you anymore. And I think Slade, I don't know if he has been watching Terra. Maybe he just does. I don't think he wants to get involved with her knowing she betrayed him, and he doesn't know if she has powers or not. But I don't think. I will admit I don't know how he would know that, unless if he's been watching Terra now, that he's aware that she's back. I'm not sure. I'll admit that I don't know how he would know that stuff, but I do also see that there's the part when what was it? There was and another thing. I do feel this episode. Looking at it now, I feel like it's not so much a finale. It is, but I feel like the last episode before this Titans together, when everybody fights all the villains, I felt that was I think the series finale in a way. But this one I felt was more like it. In my opinion, watching it now, I think it's more like an epilogue. I think it's like an epilogue of like what happened after that final battle, and I can appreciate it. That like I can appreciate it as an epilogue in a way, you know, and Beast Boy, I really felt for him in this episode. I felt for him in other episodes, but I really felt like for him here, like wanting to know, like Terra really back, like why does she not care, why does she not remember anything? I really felt for Beast Boy here, and and like I said, I think he maybe knew deep down it was her, but and even I really like the end of this though, how she says, I'm just a girl that has a geometry next period. I didn't really study much, and then Robin, and then all the other team is fighting the that mutant monster. And Robin calls him and he says, Beast Boy, we need your help now, because he wasn't bothering, because he was trying to see what's up with Terra now. And he says, Beast Boy to Robin, I'll be there soon. It shows him running off into the doors open, and then the light comes all in, which I thought that was kind of a nice touch. That I even like the ending, the fact that I think he knows at the end, he accepts the fact that even if Terra is back, that their relationship is over officially. It ended when she turned to stone in Aftershock Part 2, but seeing that, I think he realized that I think he knew, in my opinion, I think he knew deep down it was her, especially when he goes to visit her statue. She's not there, so that kind of tells you that it was probably her, and even the theory is when Raymond defeated Trigon at the end of the End Part 3, when she brought everybody she unfroze everybody on Earth. Terra probably got the popular theory is that she got unfrozen herself. And I can kind of buy that. I think my theory what happened, I think she got unfrozen, realizing she's alive, but I think why you didn't see her in the season was I think they wanted to imply that she retreated. She didn't want to get involved in the superhero life anymore after everything that happened with her and Slade. And I think that's what happened. I think the whole point was I think she just chose to start a new life over. And it's kind of like she didn't really reveal like I would have liked for him to say though, what if it's not Tara, then what is your name? I would have liked that, but I think maybe part of me feels like it's like it. Part of me feels like she felt like in the witness protection program in a way, which she couldn't say who her name really was. Maybe she can't say what her real name is. Maybe she's in the witness protection program to a degree. That's why she wants to hide from any villain. She wants to keep her identity hidden now. Or maybe it's not even Tara anymore. I said maybe she does. She had to change her name and stuff like that. She wants to, not have any villains or heroes know who she is. Which I would have liked a little more explanation, but I think they purposely wanted to leave it open ended. And looking back, also, I will say though, if when this aired, I will say if I watched this live and if I didn't know that, how should I say it? If I knew this was going to be the last episode when this first aired, I would not have been happy at all. I would have felt very cheated. I would have felt, like, what? I would not have been happy if I knew this was the last episode. But all these 15 years later, I have grown a more appreciation for it, of what it was trying to do. For a series finale, it's a very, I will give them credit, it's a very bold way of ending a show. Showing things, like the title itself, things change. And it's kind of fitting for this year, for the times we're in now. Things change. Like, we've seen the world change in the past year. A lot. And it's things, I think, while things will get normal again, it's still going to be different at the same time. So maybe because of the circumstances we're in, that I have more appreciation for this episode now. But, and I can appreciate it more for like an epilogue, showing like what happened after that final fight, and Beast Boy showing that he has to move on from Tara, knowing that his relationship is over with her, and I really liked that. And I know people didn't like you. You don't know how that final fight ends with that mutant monster. You kind of, I don't know. I kind of got the impression as soon as Beast Boy would join that they beat him. You kind of got that. It was kind of implied that he was going to help defeat him by that point, I suppose. But I guess this episode, I guess it's a matter of interpretation. I know some people really don't like it, and that's fine. I can respect your opinion. And like, I don't agree with Mr. Enter's review. I know he really didn't like it, mostly. I can understand. I don't think it's that bad. I think more so episode. I think it's just very misunderstood. I think it's just very. Not only that. When it comes to series finale, I've seen much worse final episodes, like Game of Thrones. That was really bad. How I Met Your Mother was really bad. Saying Elsewhere, I can understand the dislike. It was kind of a cop out. No, there's other series finales. I know that didn't deliver either. Most those are like some of the bad ones, I guess. But no, this one, I think for a series finale, my opinion, I think it's just mostly misunderstood. It's like I said, when I first saw it, knowing it was the last one, when I found out it was the last one, I didn't like it, but I think over the years I've grown to appreciate it more. And like I said, and not only that, I do think Titans Together. I think that is the true series finale. Things change. I do think it's like it works better as an epilogue to the show. And I like though the voice acting here obviously was good still. Beast Boys Greg Sipes here was really good, I think. Ashton Johnson, I suppose supposedly as Terror was pretty good too. And even though her mannerisms, like I said, Tara, I think she purposely, can't say that it is her because then Beast Boy will keep wanting her. If she says, "Yeah, I'm Tara," whatever, because she knew. I think by her not saying anything, that I think she figured that Beast Boy would leave her alone eventually because she didn't want anything. Not against him personally, I think, but knowing that she didn't want anything to do with the superhero life anymore after all that happened in season 2. It was, yeah, season 2. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I will admit it's a bold way to end the show. And I said I can understand why it's so divisive, but I've grown on it in the 15 years since it first aired. Like I said, it's just hard to believe it's been that long. Time flies, man. Well, I don't know what else is there to say about this. You know, and like also Tara shows that she has friends now at school, which is cool because friends. It's like she's starting her life over. Once she's starting, and I like that. It's implying that she's starting a new life. She's done with the superhero life. She doesn't want to be bothered with that anymore. I think that was the implication. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just watching it all these years later. I've grown new appreciation for it. So that's it. So comment below if you agree, disagree, and hope you're all doing good. Stay safe. Hope for the best. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.